Hi, I've just returned from travelling around Europe on the trains using the Eurail, and I thought I'd shoot this quick little video because I assume that if you're watching this video you're looking for some more information about the pass before you purchase it. So in this video I'm going to cover the different types of passes, how they work, the positives and negatives for travelling around Europe on the trains, and also some tips and tricks so you can get the most out of the Eurail if you decide that that's the avenue you want to travel around Europe doing. So when you want to travel extensively through Europe, there's two major passes that you can get. The first one is a Flexi Pass, and this one involves designating 3 to 5 countries, bordering countries, that you want to travel through. So my girlfriend and I chose this option, and we chose to go through Italy, Spain, France and Portugal. And the best thing about this is it's a Flexi, which means that you have a designated time to use your travel days. We got a 10-day pass, and that just meant that we could use it within 60 days. So this was great because when we got down to the bottom of Spain, we decided to jump over and go have a look at Morocco, safe in the knowledge that we weren't eating up our travel days because we had 60 days to use those 10 up, and we also got a bonus day for free. So that pass cost my girlfriend and I 940 euros between us. So when you travel with somebody else, you can often get discounts, so that's one thing that you want to try to think about. That just means that you have to travel together all the time, so you're on one designated pass. So if somebody wants to go somewhere else, it's probably not the best option to buy it together. They have different flexi times that you can use. You can use between 5 and 15 days. The second type of pass is the global pass, and this gives you access to 24 countries. You can also do this on the flexi, where you can do 5 to 15 days within your 2-month period, or you can do a continuous 21 day. That just means that you're going to have to be extremely prepared about where you want to go. We met some girls on the train coming out of Barcelona that were on this one. It seemed very rushed because if you're not using up your pass, you feel you're not getting your money's worth if you're doing a continuous day. But it just depends where you want to go. If you want to see the most, if you've only got a short amount of time, you want to see the most, then that's probably the right one to go for you. So now I'll show you how these actually work. So you get sent an information pack, and this is the most important pack you get as your Eurail, and this is the one you've got to carry on you at all times. If you lose it, they won't back it up, so make sure you keep it safe. So the first thing you got to do is to validate it, and you can just get a validating stamp at most of the train stations that you're going to. That's not too hard, so you just got to validate that. And then before you actually get on the train, you have to write in the day and the month in this part for the flexi, and also further down here you have to designate the day you're traveling, where you're coming from, where you're going to, and the train number. So just make sure you do that. That's all you've got to do. Carry that on you at all times. As I said, since I was traveling with my girlfriend, that this was just one pass. Now, important note to make about these passes that we didn't know before we bought them is you've got to get reservations before you get on the trains. For most of them. On some of the regional trains you don't have to worry about it, but for the trains that are going intercity and are better quality, then you've got to get a reservation, and that can put on the price quite a bit. Just to give you an insight about what they cost, they can range from country to country, but they can be up to 10 euros, even more per reservation. So make sure you factor that into your decision before you buy a Eurail as well. And then once you've got your reservation, and obviously this, you just jump on the train, and then the ticket master will come around and he'll just make sure that everything is in order here, and that's all you've got to worry about. Another negative that can happen around using the trains is you might not get the train that you want. This can happen for a variety of reasons, so make sure you understand this when you're in a country. And these things may be what's going on in the country itself. For example, when we were up in the Tour de France, we wanted to get up from Rouen down to the running of the bulls, and we wanted to do that in one day. So we got on the train thinking it'll be fine. We got down from Rouen to Paris, and then it was the first day of the Paris holidays, so you could imagine that it was frantic down there, and we had no reservation booked. So at the end of the day, it took us 7 trains, and we got into Alde. We left Rouen at 6 o'clock in the morning. 7 trains later, we were down in Alde, and it was 1 o'clock in the morning. So this problem can be avoided if you just book ahead, and that's the thing you've got to decide. Do you want to book very far in advance, or do you want to be more flexible, going where you want to go, depending on what you hear from other travelers and what interests you at the time. Another problem that you can encounter for not being able to get a train is that there's only limited amount of trains per day. For example, when we were in Madrid and we wanted to go over to Lisbon, there was only 1 night train each day. So I went down to the ticket office, tried to get mine for that night. Unfortunately, it was booked out, not just for that night, but for the next couple nights as well. So that just meant I had to change my travel plans and get to the destination I wanted to go through different means. When you get into the city on the train, book your ticket out of there, because generally you're going to stay there for a couple days or 3 days, and in this time you'll be able to book in advance to get that train out of there. And that just means that you're not going back and forth between your train station and your accommodation, and you can just enjoy the location where you are, safe in the knowledge that you're going to be able to get out of there. I definitely recommend using the trains to travel around Europe because they are fast and frequent. Also, the train stations are generally in the heart of the city, and this is great if you have to transit to your next place, because you can get any type of public transport from there, generally the tubes or the buses, and they can get you to your destination very easily. Also, I recommend them because they're comfortable, and if you're lucky you might even get a movie on board. If you're also interested in travelling around Europe on the trains, then just click the link below and that'll take you through to the official site where you can choose the correct Euro pass for you.